Yo, what up, socialites? Welcome back to the Social Studies Podcast with me, Joe Dombrowski, and the Garbage Man,
Gaspare Randazzo. Hey, guys.
Okay, you guys come see me live. I'm all over the place. I just added some shows in Seattle. I added some shows in Los Angeles. I'm headlining in Los Angeles at the Comedy Store coming up.
Ooh, that's cool.
And also see me in Atlanta, and I'm filming my special in Chicago. Get your tickets at thejoedombrowski.com. My straight friends all over the country. Yeah, okay.
And see me Pottstown, Rochester, Long Island, Arizona, San Diego, and a few other places that'll be announced soon, maybe. I don't know. Right now, I'm literally underwater. Joe?
Yeah, this is insane. For those of you who are listening, Gasper Log's on today, and I knew this was going to be the case. We're going to fill them in why. But first of all, the lighting is horrible. There's shit all around you. You look like you're filming from the set of Hoarders. But Gasper, I do have to say, though, it's so cluttered in there right now that the sound is the best it's ever been.
Joe, I'm sitting
it's
crisscross
so clear.
applesauce in between all items. And I'm sitting on a freaking a chair leg was up my ass. Okay? And I get it now why you guys do that. Nah, this is very uncomfortable.
Okay, tell them what happened this week.
Okay, so it's actually ironic because last time we talked on here, I was like, oh, my house.
You need to be a cartoon. Like, literally, just listening to you right now is like, last time we talked. Like, you just need to be a cartoon, okay?
And I'm coughing because, well, all right.
Last
time we talked, I had my floors were coming up. We talked about that on the podcast. So I called Omar. As you guys who have been listening know, Omar's my contractor. And Joe, did I ever tell you the story that I went to the movies with my other contractor?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
So for those of you who don't remember, one time this guy came, he did some work in my house. We got along really well. We became friendly. He was there for 2 weeks. He was doing my bathroom. We exchanged information. He was like, I really want to see the Avengers movie. I was like, me too. We went to the movie theater together. It wasn't a date. It was just two guys going to see a movie and holding hands. And it was, and I bought the tickets because I knew.
Do you say that in your set?
No,
do you
there's no
say
set.
that in your set? Gasper, you have to say that. The way you just said that, it wasn't gay. It was just two guys going to the movies together holding hands. That's so funny.
I'll write it down.
Please say it on stage. It's like so funny.
All right, I'll write a reminder on my phone. Say, I don't even know what I just said.
You said it wasn't gay. It was just two guys go to the movies together holding hands.
I ended up going to the movie theaters with this guy, and we had a great time together. And I bought the tickets because I knew if I bought the tickets, that then he would have to buy the snacks, and I knew I could out eat my ticket price. Anyway, that's irrelevant. I always get along well with contractors. It's just like my thing, right? I told you about when the guy came from Con Ed. You know what Con Ed is? Do you have Con Ed?
You told me once. I forget what it is.
He ended up coming in the house. He sat on the couch.
But what is it again? Like, it's like
Con Ed's like an electric
for New York.
Gas. I'm sorry, gas.
Gas. Okay,
so
okay.
He came in. There was a little gas outside. He came in. We ended up talking. I gave him some advice on buying a house. He was a young guy. And he ended up sitting on the couch and put his leg up on the couch. And Melissa walked in and saw she was ready to have a heart attack. All right, doesn't matter. Sorry, I just hit a fucking drum set next to me.
Oh, God.
Is it just a drum set next to the TV that I'm leaning on?
What is this? What part of your house is this?
This is Melissa's studio.
Oh.
Where she makes all the jewelry. So anyway, we have a bubble in the ground. I have the contractor come. I'm like, what's up with the bubble?
Where did you see the bubble? And did it look like a dog getting?
No, man. Oh, we did talk about this last week because you asked about the neck. So it buckled up. He touched it. He's like, there's water. They ended up ripping the wall out. Joe, there's a pipe that was just straight leaking. Water was under. I have subfloors. Do you know what subfloors are? It's like a floor under the floor. Like they built like a stage. So like your floor is not touching the cement. It's built a little above so that the floor is not as cold.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then if there's water or anything, it's underneath. It's on the subfloor. What happened was it was it was a pool underneath the subfloor. I was just walking on water. I was Jesus. And I'm walking and it was bad. There was so much mold. Like, you know, when I cough when we record a lot,
Yeah.
it's because there was so much water and mold underneath. I was like on a boat. Okay. I was just on a rockety boat and I was just coughing up black mold. So then
Oh
they ripped up the
no.
floor. So I can't get into too many specifics, but this guy came to my house and a lot of things happened or whatever. And we just like life, and he owns a plane and he wants to fly me on his plane. We became very close. He's going to fly me to a show and his wife follows me on Instagram. Very crazy stuff. And he was like, you have to rip up all your floors. He rips up the floors in my office where I usually film. The wall to my outside was open. Dirt was just falling under my floor with animals like, you know, fucking sea urchins and worms and stuff. And they were just living under my floor in the black mold. And I was just breathing that for years. Well, not years, for weeks. They for the weeks that it was leaking. And so anyway, now just 20 minutes ago, a guy came to my house and he's gonna fix the whole basement. And once again, we just became buddies. He's gonna do some extra work.
To your
It's almost
ass. He's gonna stick a chair like up your ass.
no, but like right away, like they come, I bought them food, and this was just the assessment. Boom, you got some food for them, you know, offer them some drinks, some beer, whatever. You take care of everybody. You put a $20 bill in your hand when you shake everybody's hands. And next thing you know, now they're going to redesign things, knocking down walls, making a new forget it, all this stuff they're going to do.
You're
So
gonna have
I
a
was
new
like,
living
how?
room down there?
Oh, yeah.
What's
But it won't
happening
be
to your
done.
studio?
So they were like, we could knock this studio out and double the size, go build it under the staircase. They want to do all this stuff. I don't think I'm gonna, but I'm gonna reorient the room. So
Mm,
next time we film, it's gonna sound better because I'm gonna be in like a sound booth.
that they're
So
building?
they're just gonna they're gonna do things, you know, and I don't know. They're gonna just do what the insurance tells them to do. But that's the end of my story. How you
Jeez.
doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good, ready to get out to the East Coast. By this time, we will have seen each other by the time this podcast comes out.
Oh yeah, I've been getting a lot of messages from people saying
What's
like,
that
"You're gonna
for?
be it. You're gonna be in Joe. What are you gonna be with Joe and AC, right?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah." So,
Yeah, it's there's a lot going on. We did get a couple emails from the
someone
fans.
actually messaged me about an email. Oh wait, two things I have to tell you before we do that.
Yeah.
One, today was not today. Last week was Halloween. Lucy
Mhm.
went as Jasmine, right? So
I
it was
saw.
85 degrees. She had her little
Yeah.
belly out, right? So she
Mhm.
goes up to this door and she's like, you know, getting candy. And the old lady goes, "Oh, sweetie, pull up your pants. They're dragging on the floor." Lucy goes, "I can't pull up my pants. Then you won't see my belly." I was like, "Get in the fucking car." I was like, "You're done trick or
God.
treating. You're
Oh
done."
God.
She's like, "Jasmine's belly's out." I'm like, "All
Yeah.
right, fine." I was like, "You could stay."
Well, I just wanted to follow up on what happened last week when that person told us about their the email of their neighbor who's a con artist with the
Oh yeah,
GoFundMe. Well, I emailed them and I said, we need updates and we have updates. Would you like them?
of course.
So, okay. If you were listening last week, this is about that. If you didn't listen last week, you got a little catching up to do.
But long story short, these people, they
Yeah.
dropped off their kids at a neighbor's house. They barely knew the neighbors. They dropped off the kids at the house and then they just like partied all night and like could care less about picking up the kids. All right, go
Here
ahead,
we
Joe.
go. I'm so glad you saw my email. It's just too crazy to be real. We're really confused about the whole thing. Here are some updates. She has reshared her link saying that they need some help until they can get Social Security. It was
Okay,
typed like
fair.
that with a winky face, which we thought was very odd. Oh.
Wait, they wrote that?
Yeah. The
That's
person
weird.
on their GoFundMe said they needed some help with Social Security, but they put Social Security in quotes with a 3 periods and a winky face. That is crazy.
That's just weird.
One thing her posts all mention is that they have no help/family here. At first, my sister and I thought how awful that her family wasn't helping her, but now we think that they've cut her off. Both her parents are not her friends anymore on social media platforms. Her
Oh, that's
parents
sad.
actually still live close to my parents, which is only about 15-minute drive from here. So, if she truly is this sick, her parents would probably be stepping in to help, as they were very involved with them just a few months back when they finished moving in. She also posted an ad saying that they're looking to hire a nanny. Oh, I remember this, because they need help in the morning and a date night every week, which also seems odd considering she claimed to be immunocompromised.
I
To
would like a
us,
date night every week, but anyway.
wouldn't we all? I would like a date night every week. She claims to be immunocompromised. So to us, it just feels like maybe she's overwhelmed with parenthood and just wants handouts. But I could be wrong. About 5 days after the initial incident, the girl texted my friend's husband saying that they left them a little thank you on the front porch. They were not home at the time, but when they returned home, they found miscellaneous
Flaming shit.
miscellaneous groceries. Most of
Oh,
them
okay.
were either melted or
Gross.
had expired.
Wait,
We
Joe,
think they
really
just
quick. Wait. I have a question for you. You know, before you finish that, it is interesting about the groceries. You know, it would have been even better to give them, let's say, imagine you
Factor.
gave them a Factor meal. So the days are getting shorter, but guess what? Your to-do list isn't. Why don't you let Factor help you power through those busy days with no prep, no mess, no groceries left at your front door melting for nobody to have, with 35 different meals to choose from each week and over 60 additional convenient items you can add on. Whether you crave routine or love to mix it up, Factor has just what you need. Here's the thing. Sometimes I'm starving. I don't have a friend who drops off miscellaneous groceries outside my house. It's just me or nobody, because Melissa doesn't like to go into stores because she doesn't like talking to people. So I personally enjoy a good Factor meal. It gets delivered right to the
And
house.
talking to
I don't
people.
got, and I like to talk to people, but they make these chicken, they make mashed potatoes, they make all these different things. You can maximize your protein. You don't want to eat meat, no problem. Avoid the meat. Or you just eat well, balanced meals. Each meal is chef prepared and dietitian approved. And it's cheaper than takeout, which that is for sure, because I just ordered sushi a little while ago and it was a second mortgage. So you could put your money towards holiday gifts or a fun summer vacation. Summer is just around the corner. So head over to factormeals.com/socialstudies50 and use code socialstudies50 to get 50% off your first box and 20% off your next month. That's code socialstudies50 at factormeals.com/socialstudies50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next box while your subscription is active. Continue.
God, Gasper. Okay.
That was a good plug.
That was a good one. Most of them are
You guys
melted or
didn't see that coming.
we think that they just cleaned out their
And you know what
pantry.
else these people could use? Some better help. Just kidding.
But I'm not kidding. They do sound like they could use better help. Speaking of better help, we think that they just cleaned out the pantry and thought that they could pass it off as a gift. I don't think that she's reached out again, but a couple days ago, my friend said she saw her outside smoking, and when she shared it with the Amazon delivery driver. Oh, okay.
Oh, she shared smoke?
Yeah. I sent you the story over a week or so ago, so all of this has gone down. So really, this is happening in real time at this point. She hasn't reached out to us since. So, but if I'm being honest, we do try to avoid it. Thanks again for reading. I really enjoy your podcast. Have a great week. Wow.
Perfect. All right, that's normal then. Listen, I will say this. Maybe they're not doing well, and that was the most they can do. So I do actually think that was a sweet gesture. Because
Gasper.
what, there's
Okay,
an
keep
update to
going.
the
Keep
update?
going. No, I have an update for something else.
But you get what I'm saying? Like maybe that was the most they could do. So like even if it was just pulling out food from their own pantry, that's food they could have ate. So I give them credit for that.
I do too. Also, Sam, our favorite farmer, wrote us also.
Foxhole?
And Foxhole. And listen to this. Listen.
So for those of you who
Gasper.
don't know, Sam, the Foxhole farmers have come to Joe and I shows in Cincinnati, and they have brought us stuff straight from the farm, and it's all delicious. And we've also promoted their website.
And
Yeah.
also, I found honey nut squash at Whole Foods, which I'm so stoked to like get going. And I'm gonna cut out the seeds and save them, and I'm gonna grow my own honey nut squash. So I'll keep Sam posted.
I
on
don't
that.
think it'll
Anyway,
grow in Seattle because isn't it something to do with the weather? No, but what? Ohio has good
They
weather?
grow they grow pumpkins and shit.
Like,
I'm zone 8, so I can do it. They grow in hardiness zones 3A to 11B, so I can for sure do it.
what zone am I?
This winter squash is adaptable to a variety of climate, but it prefers temperatures between 70 and 90, which I might be a little bit cold here. So it might not grow great here because it does take a while to warm up over here. But yeah. Yeah. What zone are you?
I don't even, what do you mean zone?
So hardiness zones are like how cold it says Staten Island, you're zone 7B. So
Like,
the zone
don't ever grow anything here.
The lower the zone, the more it like gets freezing cold at night in the winter, and the higher the zone, the like hotter it is. So like I'm zone 8A, 8B in Seattle, but it just, and like that's when you look at plants, you see like what zones it can grow in, so you can see if you can grow it or not. Just a plant thing. Now you know. Anyway, so I'm gonna start growing out of. Anyway, I should probably just shut up about honey nut squash and read this email. Hello, you two. Please accept this as a formal invitation to Southern Ohio. They've broken ground on the first Buc-ee's location in the state, and it's only 20 minutes from our farm. You two always say that you need more reasons to see to see each other in the flesh. What a trip it could be to come down to Buc-ee's where you could catch up over a bag of beaver nuggets. And if you road trip it, you could pack the trunk with 7-pound buckets of bacon grease for whatever you need that for. And even Buc-ee's, even Buc-ee's deer feeder for all the wildlife on Staten Island. Also, you can come through and get a dose of the good farm life. Book yourself a few shows in Dayton or Cincy. It's just down the road. Just saying, Ohio really is the heart of it all. And maybe after this Buc-ee's installation, we will also be the heart disease capital of it all. Keep
You're
those
already
endorphins
there.
coming. Love my Mondays listening to your latest banter on the podcast is comedic catharsis. Sam. Yes, you can use my name. Sam, I don't know about you, but I do need to know what you think about me being able to grow honey nut squash. And I also think that this is probably going to happen. I mean, I had the thought again yesterday, Gasper, about do I want a chicken coop? And I do want a chicken coop still.
A lot of responsibility.
But I think that I cannot be a chicken owner until I am rich enough to also have farm staff because I'm not home enough to wash it.
But I don't.
And
the
apparently,
thing is, like,
it's disgusting.
It's disgusting. I mean, it is. Just
they said
shit everywhere.
I was reading about cleaning a chicken coop yesterday because
Just
I'm
shit
fucking
everywhere.
bizarre. Gasper, it literally said the easiest way to do it is just take a power washer out there and just
Dude, it's like they
scrape the shit off.
It's like they're about to shit, and rather than just letting it fall under them, they like climb on the ceiling and shit. They just shit bazookas everywhere.
Did you have a chicken coop?
Yes. Remember I told you the whole story with the chickens in the backyard, and then they were getting attacked by the raccoons. And then they were digging up where Rocky was buried.
Oh my God, Gasper, the other day.
They ate Rocky's bones.
I took back out to pee, Gasper. And a huge fucking coyote was outside, kind of like stalking him. It freaked
But
me
in
the hell out.
Seattle, are you in a mountain?
What do you mean?
Like, there's just coyotes just walking down the street?
I don't think a coyote is a mountain animal, but yes, there are coyotes just walking. I guarantee you have coyotes in Staten Island too.
We we do not have
I
coyotes.
guarantee. I
There
guarantee. I'm gonna look
first
this
of all,
up.
I just looked up. We don't. You don't even. We have 18 deer. Did I
And
ever tell you?
I type in Staten Island coyotes. First thing that pops up. Yes, coyotes live in Staten Island.
There's no coyotes here. It's a city,
Coyotes
Joe.
life confirmed to be living on Staten Island here on March 4th, 2022. Recent sightings have been confirmed of at least one coyote living in Staten Island.
One, and he's probably someone's pet. Let me tell you what happened. A bunch of deers crossed the outer bridge, right? Which is this bridge that goes to Jersey. The deers crossed. They didn't know what to do with the deers. First, they were going to cull them and kill them. Then Mayor de Blasio, who was a nightmare, Mayor de Blasio was like, oh, no. We're going to put them, we're going to, what do you call it? Tag them all and track them. And they just multiplied like crazy. So then they were grabbing them and giving them vasectomies, the deers. And our deer population's completely out of control. Because just think, like Staten Island,
Do
you're
you
just
have so
driving.
much deer?
Not really, but in the woods we do. We have some woods in Staten Island. But you know what we don't have rats. And now the new rat. Did I tell you about the rat birth control? Did I?
No. What the fuck is happening over there?
New plan is they thought it was inhumane. PETA stepped in and they were like, you can't just fucking poison the rats, which they're right. It is kind of fucked up. A rat has a heart. You know what I mean? So like you can't just be out there poisoning them all. So they're putting these dishes in the subway with this like water in it that has birth control in it, that once the rats drink it, it sterilizes their cum. And then when they go out and they do
cum or the eggs?
Well, I don't know. It sterilizes birth control. So it's Oh, I get what you're saying because birth control works for the woman. I don't know. It makes them infertile. It fucks up the rats' reproductives. So the current rats will continue to live their lives, but they won't be able to reproduce, which they think will lessen the rat population. But the problem is, number one, these rats are just out here drinking birth control, which probably is weird and messing them up. Second, like we just have all these rats on birth control. They're like, I don't know, something about it just seems messed up. I can't pinpoint exactly what. I mean, it's better than killing them, for real.
Isn't it gonna like fuck the ecosystem if there's no rats there? Like, isn't that part of your habitat? Like New York,
they're like our deers. Well, now they're trying to get rid of the rat population. They forced everybody in New York to get a compost garbage. Did you have to? You know what that is?
Yeah, I have compost.
Oh, well, I don't know. That was like foreign language to me. They send you this little brown bin, and you're supposed to only put food in there. Yeah. And you're supposed to just leave it in your house and fill it through the whole week with food, no bag. Then they come and they throw it in a separate garbage pail for compost only. And then your other garbage goes in pails. I'm not participating in it. I'm going to get fined. I don't know. I don't want to not participate. I tried to, but they wrote it's no longer available in your zip code. I don't know why to get the garbage pail. Either way, they think that that's going to solve the rat problem.
It's more than the rat problem too.
It's the earth?
Because, well, I could get into this, but it's really not good. Yeah, it's earth stuff. So food that gets put into your garbage goes into a landfill usually, right? And when food is in like plastic garbage bags and gets buried on top of more and more garbage, it can't decompose correctly. So it just creates like methane and greenhouse gases, which are putting like holes in the ozone and shit. So if you compost it, you're taking the food scraps and it's the process of turning it into dirt. So it's just like making soil pretty much. So instead of just doing that, I actually compost. The whole city composts in mass quantities here. So my compost bin is 2 times the size of my garbage bin.
How often do you throw it out?
we have from the city, we have a garbage bin, a recycling bin, and a compost bin. And our garbage bin is the smallest garbage garbage can I've ever seen in my life because when I first moved here, I was like, that's the garbage can. It's so little
Wait,
because
the
they want
city
you
gives
to,
it to you?
yes, like to reduce trash, but you're reducing trash by increasing your recycling and your compost. And our compost is even bigger than our recycle bin. It's huge. It's huge. It's on wheels. You got to and then you got to throw it back and take it out to the
How
street.
often are you throwing out like food?
On garbage day, which is every week, you take out your garbage and your compost gets taken every week too. Your recycling comes every other week. But it is not just food. All of our scraps from when we're working in the lawn go in there. All of our grass
So
clippings.
anything like biodegradable.
Yeah,
or
100%. Yeah. But
I guess that's cool.
I compost on my own here as well at our house. Like I have a compost bin of my own that doesn't go to the city, so I can make my own compost for my plants and shit. That one, I don't put like meat and bones and stuff in that too. But the city compost is like on a huge scale and it like dries everything out. It does it a really nice way. So you can put literally all your food scraps, like fish, bones, all of it.
The coyotes don't get in?
The coyotes don't get in it because it's tall as hell. There'd be no way they could get in it.
Yeah, see, like these compost things are little. So it's like a bathroom garbage pail.
Yeah.
And it's like perfect for the rats. That's why I'm not doing it. But we don't have rats on Staten Island.
Anyway,
so
now that we've bored you all with compost.
no, I was enthralled. Joe, another thing I learned today. Forget
right
composting.
Now, I have one for you.
Do you know that this is a did you know? Did you know that in your skin, you're gonna be grossed out? On your head, in your face, there's like thousands of bugs, right? And they're literally like microscopic, like you need a microscope to see them. And they're all just having sex on your head at all times. Like they're all just clinging and mating on each other. And if you took a piece of tape right now, held it to your forehead, then pulled the tape off and put that under a microscope, you would see little bugs moving around. And the only
Mine
way
would
to
be
get
little bugs, and yours would look like the set of Beetlejuice. Probably you'd see like little people on there and shit.
Probably from the Staten Island.
First of all, where did you learn this and why?
I stopped taking the gummies, not the gummies, what was I taking? What was I taking? Those things that help me sleep.
You're taking edibles.
Yeah, right. The Z-Quil. No,
NyQuil.
Fuck's it called?
Melatonin.
I was taking the melatonin and I was sleeping great, but I was having like weird dreams and it was just like I was getting headaches the next day, having withdrawals, and like I don't know, there's 2 times I took it.
Withdrawals?
Withdrawals.
Withdraw.
I was having a withdrawal. And no, withdrawal. I was having withdrawals. I was itching. I mean, I'm sure that was in my head because I only took it twice, but I don't take them anymore. So I'm back to waking up at 3:00 and wide awake again. So I just read that article. It was from a scientist. Anyway, what'd you have to tell me?
This is I was looking up would you rathers to do with you, and this one's in this is first of all insane, and second of all, like these are the would you rathers that you've always tried to come up with but never could. You ready for it?
Hit me with every one of them.
Would you rather fuck a goat and nobody knows about it, or not fuck a goat and have everyone think you did? I think not fuck a goat, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because like I'll be like, all right, cool. You all think I did? Yeah, I went and fucked a goat.
Yeah, like I have that same personality. I'd be like, yeah, I fucked a goat. Whatever, you're stupid.
But like, is the goat into it?
I don't think so, Gasper.
No,
Oh my
like,
God.
you know what they used to do in Greece, right?
I please, 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 God, do not do this to me right now.
What, with the edge of the mountain with the goats?
I
Because they buckle
please,
back?
please, please, please don't do this. Please don't
All
do
right.
this.
I'll tell you off air. It's very common in the Greeks.
Would you rather have a nip?
I already got 4 of them because I got 2 extras. They're just nubs.
Would you rather have a nipple-sized dick or dick-sized nipples?
Okay, time out. A nipple-sized penis is literally that. It's just a little stub, but a penis-sized nipple would only be just a little bigger. No, but it would no, that's I don't know
That's
what's worse.
that one's
Because if you're
obvious.
wearing a t-shirt, no, because if you're wearing a t-shirt, you just have 2 long hanging penises coming
Yeah,
off.
yeah. You have
And
2 long hanging penises, but at least your penis is a normal size.
yeah, but
You know
you
what I
take
mean?
your shirt off and people are like, what the fuck? But then you got 3 options.
Right. Okay, so that I would choose that.
I would choose that because, like, you don't want no nipple peen.
A nipple
All right.
peen,
Would
right.
you rather a spaghetti, like literally a string of spaghetti for a penis, but like a full spaghetti? Like, I'm talking long and you could swing it, but it's super thin, or the girth of like a Pepsi can, but it's just a nub.
Wait, I think you've asked me this before.
Yeah, I always ask this to all my friends. We
I
always
don't
talk
remember
about
what
this
I said. I don't remember what I said.
spaghetti string because at least you go like, be like, "Woo."
I think the Pepsi can.
Dude, it would be too big. You couldn't even get it in her. Well, I guess you're not trying.
Okay. Oh God. Oh God. This one made my stomach flip.
Love it.
Would you rather wake up? This is where we're going to lose podcast listeners forever. Would you rather wake up to having 2 rats having sloppy rat sex on your chest or a cockroach on your tear duct sucking it for moisture? The rats,
Sex.
for
Why not?
sure.
I
The
would pay to
rats.
watch that.
You're insane. You're
I
insane.
mean, time out. They're so different. One,
I know,
rats
so
having sex on your
different.
chest is not really a big deal. It's
Right,
gross,
right.
but like,
Right.
it's on your chest. I don't want no roach sucking my eye goo. That's
Yeah.
disgusting. Joe, okay, on all seriousness, do you know in medieval times, they used to, as a torture method, what they would do is, let's say you wouldn't talk, right? And we needed you to talk. They would put a rat on your stomach, right?
Mm-hmm.
They would put a rat on your stomach in a cage, tie the cage to your body, put a rat on your stomach. Then they would
And it would just eat you?
No, they would heat the bottom of the cage. They would hold like a flame under the cage. And when rats feel heat, they instinctively burrow to get out of the heat. So they would burrow into your stomach and rip all your insides out. Very common torture method.
That is insane.
Do.
That is insane.
All right, give me more of these gross ones. These are fun.
Would you rather have the brain of a squirrel, but you're still a human, or the brains of a human, but you're a squirrel? For sure, I would for sure want to be a human intelligent squirrel.
No, I would want to be a squirrel intelligent human. Dude, imagine how easy and nice life would be. You just fucking coasting. Everyone, you'd have to get like assistance because you'd be so, squirrel brained. So you're just like coasting through life. You're just hanging out trying to catch a nut.
No, I'd rather be the squirrel because you'd be so famous. They'd be like, look at this fucking smart squirrel.
Like Peanut?
Yeah. Like,
you heard about that?
Did you hear about Peanut?
Of course I did. Why would I have asked? Dude, what do you think I do?
You don't know what I'm talking about. You don't know what I'm talking about.
How he's dead now? They euthanized him?
What are you talking about?
Oh, you're talking about Peanut, the famous squirrel in upstate New York.
Dad with his dad, and it's like a guy.
Yeah.
He's an OnlyFans guy now.
The squirrel or the dad? I don't know.
The dad.
No.
Yes, let me just double check. We're talking about the same Peanut.
Peanut. the squirrel.
Oh yeah, it's for sure him. Yes,
Squirrel
late
Dad.
Peanut's dad has an OnlyFans. It's called Squirrel Dad.
Squirrel Daddy.
Squirrel Daddy.
Oh, he's denying using his pet's debt to promote his OnlyFans.
Then why is he calling it Squirrel Daddy?
Yeah, he opened it, but he only did it to fund his animals.
I don't think that's
He
true.
thinks that rival OnlyFans creators called the police on him to raid because of jealousy
Of what?
of his, I don't know. They thought that he bit someone, Peanut the squirrel, and they euthanized him to test for rabies.
Oh no.
But his dad does have an OnlyFans.
So they're separate and PETA raided his house for a totally different thing?
Peter raided his house because Peanut, the squirrel, bit somebody, and they were afraid that the squirrel might have had rabies, and they had to test the squirrel for rabies. So I guess they came in and they euthanized him to run the
Something
test.
that does not make sense though, because I don't think PETA would euthanize an animal, Gasper.
Yeah, but if he was rabied,
Yeah, but it's PETA.
yeah, but I don't know.
Random. Anyway,
All right, what else did you have to share with me, Joe?
that's it. That's all we got for the episode. It's just
Oh,
a shorty but goodie.
Yeah, guys, I don't know how long I could sit down here, in all honesty.
Anyway,
Between
love
the-
you guys. Thanks for listening. Join
Between
all the things. Okay. We're on Instagram. Find us. You're here on YouTube. We love that. Listen to us everywhere. Write us an email about some crazy ass shit like we've been doing all week. thesocialstudiespodcast@gmail.com. Also, Patreon. Patreon.com/socialstudiepodcast for more. Thank you for being here. This episode is brought to you by Factor.
And that's it.